my name is Sarafi and I'm happy to meet you all, and today we're going to be playing Chimera. Chimera is a fantastic deck. It is really powerful in Duel Links. It is able to interrupt your opponent quite often and stop them from either summoning or activating monster effects or targeting cards, and a lot of those negations can come from the graveyard, which means that if your opponent's not paying attention, they don't know the matchup, they might play right into it, which is really useful to you. Alright, so for the skill, we are playing Chimera Illusions. You can only use the skill's second and third effects once per duel. You cannot normal or special summon, excluding special summons from the extra deck, any monsters except beasts, fiends, illusion, and spellcaster. Alright, not great, but we do get something out of that, so that's perfectly fine. That's every main deck monster, so no big deal. Reveal one monster that mentions Chimera Fusion in your hand. Shuffle one card from your hand into the deck, then add one Chimera Fusion from your deck to your hand. Then you can send one level 7 Dark Illusion or Spellcaster monster with 2,500 attack points from your hand or deck to the graveyard. So basically, either Dark Magician or Nightmare Magician. If only your opponent controls a monster, play one Chimera, the flying mythical beast, from outside your deck in face-down defense position. Its battle position can be changed. This is not like one of your new fusion monsters. This is the OG Chimera, the flying mythical beast that doesn't do anything. But it is good fusion material. Alright, so what are we going to do with the skill? Well, first we mill Nightmare Magician, we draw our Chimera Fusion, then we fusion summon into our Chimera, the King of Phantom Beasts. Verment brings back the Nightmare Magician, Gazelle searches the Nightmare Apprentice, and we win the game. Alright. For the main deck, we are playing Nightmare Magician. This is a level 7 Dark Illusion monster with 2,500 attack points. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. At the end of the damage step, if this card battled an opponent's monster, you can take control of that monster. That does not target and is not once per turn. Once per turn at the start of the damage step, if another monster attacks, you can destroy one card on the field. That does not target, and it happens at the beginning of the damage step, which means that there is no replay of battle. Really good card. Really hard to summon, but we have the skill, so we just dump it. Nightmare Apprentice, if you have 3 of these, play 3 of these. Dark, level 6 Illusion monster with 2,000 attack points and 1,700 defense points. You can special summon this card from your hand by discarding one card, so it is just Apprentice Illusion Magician. You can only special summon one Nightmare Apprentice this way per turn. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. If this card is normal special summon, you can add one Illusion monster from your deck to your hand, except Nightmare Apprentice. You can only use this effect once per turn. Really good card. Chaos Betrayer, this is a dark level 6 fiend monster. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one light and dark monster from your graveyard, except Chaos Betrayer, special summon this card in defense position, but banish it when it leaves the field. If this card is special summoned, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. You can only use each effect once per turn. Really cool card. Really cool card. It allows us to get a level 6 fiend on the field very easily so that we can make our Wave High King Caesar. And if our opponent is playing a deck that sends cards to the graveyard with the skill, like the Stardust skill or the Blackluster Soldier skill, banishing a card from their graveyard is really useful. So if you still hate Shiranui, here you go. Great way to stop Shiranui. Alright. Big Wing Berets, this is a level 5 Dark Fiend monster. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Beast monster and one Chimera Fusion from your deck to your hand. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except Fusion monsters. So you special summon this card on your opponent's turn so that you are fusion locked, but you draw 2 cards from your deck. Really good. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for a fusion summon from anywhere, you can target one illusion monster in your graveyard and special summon it, which will be your Nightmare Magician. Fantastic card. We only need 2 of it. Cornfield Kaddle. This is a rare for some reason. This is a really, really good card. Illusion, wind, 1,700 defense points. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. You can only use each effect once per turn. You can discard this card, add one monster that mentions Chimera Fusion from your deck to your hand, except Cornfield Kaddle. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a card you control while you control Chimera, the flying mythical beast, as a quick effect, you can banish this card from your field or your graveyard, negate the effect, and if you do, destroy the card. Pretty useful. You can revive this card with your Verment if you want to, but generally speaking, you're going to search this card with your Nightmare Magician, or you open it, discard it to add either Gazelle or Mirror Sword Knight, and win the game with some sick fusions. This card can be used to Xyz summon the new rank 4 Xyz monster, Heretical Phobos, whatever it's called. And you can also use Mirror Sword Knight for that purpose. That's decent. I don't know what the line would be to make it in Chimera. I feel like that's more of a dedicated illusion card than a Chimera card. Next up, we have Gazelle, the King of Mythical Claws. This is a level 4 Earth Beast monster. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one level 5 Fiend or one Chimera Fusion from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for a fusion summon, you can add one Illusion monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. So the reason why we play the skill is because this card can only search one card. Verment can search 2, but it fusion locks you. So by adding Chimera Fusion from our deck to our hand, we now only need Gazelle to search Verment, and then we can play our whole turn. Really good. Mirror Sword Knight. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. You can tribute this card as a quick effect, special summon one monster from your deck that mentions Chimera Fusion except Mirror Sword Knight. Since this is a quick effect, you can use it on your opponent's turn. You can also use it in response to your opponent activating a card like Effect Veiler, and it tributes itself for cost, so your opponent cannot Effect Veiler it after they've already summoned it. When a monster your opponent controls activates its effect while you control Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast, you can banish this card from your field or graveyard to negate the effect. Fantastic. Chimera Fusion, quick play spell card. During the main phase, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material, including a beast or a fiend monster. During your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard and you have Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast on your field or in your graveyard, you can activate one of these effects, add it to the hand, or banish this card, and if you do, special summon both Gazelle, the King of Mythical Beasts, and Verment from your deck or graveyard. Once we get Fiendsmith, that might be an interesting option to try and make your Moon of the Closed Heaven into your Fiendsmith Requiem, and then go into, you know, Lacrima, Mill, Engraver, and then do full Fiendsmith combo. That's cool. But for right now, those cards are bricks, and they're not the same level, they're not the same attribute. So they're really only good as fusion material for the moment. So we don't do that second effect. Fiendish Chain, activate this card by targeting an effect monster on the field, negate that effects of that monster while it's face up on the field. Also, that face up monster cannot attack. When it is destroyed, destroy this card. Just a good interruption card. You can play any. You can play 2 more copies of Nightmare Apprentice if you would rather do that, and then like a hand trap. You can play hand traps that you would rather play. Like for example, if you want to play Droll, you want to play Effect Veiler, you want to play. What's another good card? I don't know. Ghost Warner, sure, go ahead. But Fiendish Chain works fine for me. For the extra deck, we are playing Predaplant Drago Stellia. This card negates a monster's activated effects once per turn as a quick effect. Really good. Chimera the Illusion Beast. This is a fusion of Chimera. Chimera the Illusion Beast. This is a fusion of Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast plus one or more illusion monsters. Its name becomes Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast while it's on the field or in the graveyard. It can attack monsters a number of times each battle phase up to the number of materials used for it. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. At the end of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can change that monster's attack to 0 and also negate its effects. Both those are permanent. Really, really good card. The main way that we use this is we use the skill to play our Chimera for free from at the start of the turn. Then we just play Chimera Fusion, send all of our illusions to the graveyard. Now we have both the Cornfield Kaddle and the Mirror Sword Knight in the graveyard as protection. We make our Chimera the Illusion Beast head right into the battle phase and beat our opponent to death. So going second, it's really easy to win. Chimera the King of Phantom Beasts. This is a fusion of one beast and one fiend. This card's name becomes Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast while on the field or in the graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned, you can activate this card's effect. Send one random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard during the end phase. During your opponent's turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one beast, fiend, or illusion monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Pretty decent. Verment, the Mythical King of Phantom Beasts. This is a level 6 Wind Fiend monster. It requires 2 monsters with different types, either beast, fiend, or illusion. This card's name becomes Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast while it's on the field or in the graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned, you can send one beast, fiend, or illusion from your deck to the graveyard, which will be your Chaos Betrayer. And then during your opponent's turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your banished beast, fiend, or illusion monsters, except Verment, and special summon it. Okay. So, and then you have Wave High King Caesar, which requires 2 level 6 fiends. When a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated that includes the effect that special summons a monster, as a quick effect, you can attach one material from this card, negate the activation. If you do destroy the card, then you can make one other DD monster you control, and this card gain 1800 attack points until the end of the turn. And we have Nightmare Cerberus as well for ways to get rid of cards on the field. You should play If you have a lot of cards, you should play IP Masquerade instead of Nightmare Cerberus. You should play Nightmare Unicorn instead of one of these Verments, and you should play Underworld Goddess of the Closed World instead of one of these Chimera the Illusion Beasts. All right, now for the combo, let's say that we open Mirror Sword Knights. We normal summon Mirror Sword Knight, tribute it to special summon the Gazelle. Gazelle adds Verment, then we use the skill, we reveal Verment, shuffle any card back into our hand, into our deck, draw Chimera Fusion. Activate Chimera Fusion, fuse Gazelle and Verment into our Chimera, the King of Phantom Beasts. Then we will revive Nightmare Magician from the graveyard with Verment. With Gazelle, we search Nightmare Apprentice, and we rip a card from our opponent's hand during the end phase. Now, Nightmare Apprentice, discard a card to special summon itself, add Kaddle to hand. Kaddle discard, add another Gazelle to hand. Chimera Fusion's effect from the graveyard, add it back to the hand. Activate Chimera Fusion, use Nightmare Apprentice and Gazelle as fusion material to fusion summon a Verment, the Mythical King of Phantom Beasts. Mill the Chaos Betrayer. Chaos Betrayer banish both Nightmare Apprentice and Mirror Sword Knight from the graveyard, special summon itself, and then use Verment and Chaos Betrayer to exceed into Wave High King Caesar. Your end board is Chimera, the King of Phantom Beasts, Nightmare Magician, Wave High King Caesar. And then you have Kaddle in your graveyard. So you have a targeted monster negate, you hand rip your opponent for 1, you have 2 special summon negates, and you have a monster that can't be destroyed by battle, and if your opponent tries to attack, then you can pop a card on the field. And also you can take control of any monster that battles the Nightmare Magician. In addition to that, you still have, what, 2 cards in your hand, no, 1 card in your hand, and then you also have, you can banish, once you've used Wave High King Caesar's effect at least once, you can banish Verment from your graveyard to special summon the Mirror Sword Knight from your banish zone, then immediately tribute it, so you can draw 2 cards off of Big Wing Verment, and then Mirror Sword Knight is back to your graveyard, so you can use its effect as a second monster negate. That's the idea of the deck. Let's take a look at a replay. Alright, we are going first against Dragonic Contact. Start off with the skill. Reveal the Gazelle, return the Gazelle, mill the Nightmare Magician, then we normal summon the Mirror Sword Knight, tribute itself, special summon the Gazelle, Gazelle grab the Verment, activate Chimera Fusion, fuse into the Chimera, the King of Phantom Beasts, in the EMZ. Gazelle Chainlink 1, Verment Chainlink 2, target Nightmare Magician, Chimera Chainlink 3. We draw Cornfield Kaddle, Kaddle discard itself, draw another Gazelle. Chimera Fusion comes back to the hand, activate Chimera Fusion, fuse the 2 monsters in hand. Make the Verment, mill the Chaos Betrayer, Chaos Betrayer banish 2, special summon itself, exceeds into the Wave High King Caesar, set the trap, and pass. Excellent, efficient, we got everything we needed, no big deal. Opponent gets hand ripped for 1, it's Neos. They'll use their skill, they pitch a Yubel to set Armed Dragon Thunder level 10, draw Super Poly, and Poly. Now, the opponent cannot use Super Polymerization on Wave High King Caesar because it is a water monster. They activate Miracle Fusion, we will Wave High King Caesar that. They activate Neos Fusion, we will Wave High King Caesar that. They're activating spell cards to special summon a monster, we can negate them. They attack into the Chimera, the King of Phantom Beasts, we will activate the effect of Nightmare Magician to destroy the monster that is attacking, and the game is over. The opponent could have activated the effect, well, they couldn't have activated the effect of the Armed Dragon Thunder level 10 because it's only during the opponent's turn. If they had summoned the other Armed Dragon level 10 and discarded a card, we could have just activated Fiendish Chain to negate its effects for the whole turn. So, there you go. That's the deck. My name is Serafi, and I was thrilled to have all of you with me.